getting. You was like I was like knocking on the table like this. Yeah, but like as if you were at my table. But of course, you're not at my table. But
and we're live.
Oh, and we're live.
Tuesday, June 22nd, 5:04 p.m. Eastern Time. We are all slowly planning on being disowned by our immediate family members.
Not me.
Munch week.
Not me.
Not you. Well, that's nice.
Because Tammy's at the cabin.
Oh, is she? Okay, well, there you go. It is day 2 of Munch 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 week, and we're not allowed to have fun anymore, but we are allowed to have Scott Shapiro and some epic fava beans.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. You know, it's like I love making fava beans because I love the slow.
Make the fava beans?
Oh no, not make the not make the fava bean pasta because I love the slow pace of shelling the beans and talking to close friends about things that happen during the day. And I feel like it's like a ritual for us that we've done this a long time. I think it started roughly around the same time as cheese night.
Many years ago.
Yeah, it was actually, so it's been that long. And anyway, what I was kind of, I saw the show yesterday, which I thought was, how should I say? I think it was interesting. It was very interesting, experimental. I think you kids are kooky. I really do. But the one thing, though, Kate, and I don't mean to criticize.
There were no ants on the show yesterday.
No, there were no ants, but there was. But I feel like you need to slow down. Like you scalded the milk.
I didn't. It was fine.
Oh, really? Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it actually turned out fine. I just boiled it over and made a huge mess, and then spent like 45 minutes cleaning up that mess.
I see. So
filling my house with like burnt milk smell, which was really everyone appreciated.
It's good for your relationship with your family.
I know. I like the fact that I'm taking up the kitchen from 5 to 6 is not endearing me either.
When are you going to start cooking, Scott?
You know, Kate, you and your generation have to slow down. Look. I'm sorry. You said we're cooking. This is the way I cook. Okay, I cook slowly. This is slow food. Okay.
Is that a fava bean?
Yes, no, it is a fava bean. Let's talk about the fava bean.
When Hannibal Lecter says he ate his liver with fava beans and a fine Chianti, Kate's got the Chianti, but that's actually what a fava bean is.
I also have a liver.
Yes. Okay. So this actually is a liver-like. It looks like a liver, but it is a fava bean. And so let me talk about how to.
What the fuck do you know about livers? That doesn't look like a liver.
It looks like the upper lobe of a liver.
Okay.
I just made that up.
Save this point for pugilism.
Okay. So this is the husk. This is the pod, and then there's the fava bean is actually inside this. So what you have to do is you first have to shell the bean, and then you have to parboil it to get the husk that's around the bean out. So it is. This is like, how did we get Trump? This is how we got Trump.
No, I think it's more.
I'm a Philistine.
It's more the people who shell their own fava beans that goaded the rest of society into giving us Trump.
Okay.
It's the people who use can openers.
I see. So I'm going to do this. Kate can verify this. So they used to call me slow. They always call me slow at work. They say Scott's slow, which I assume means he likes slow food, like he's a slow cooker. Yeah, not not slow in any other way. So it's a big part of my my persona that I like slow food, and I feel like this shelling these beans might take about, I mean, I think they'll go rather quickly, like an hour. Like I think at the end of the hour, I think I'll get to the part where we'll be able to parboil the beans to get the bean out.
So
Okay. How long are we going today?
Yeah, we'll go only 4 hours today. So Scott, explain something to me about the bean situation.
Yeah.
Is watching somebody shell beans more or less boring than watching somebody stir milk while it's slowly cooks?
We didn't even watch the stirring. It was just the pot for most of it.
So I want to say, Ben, that it's the journey, it's the friends we make along the way. It's not. There's no absolute rule here. I actually forgot what you asked me. Good. I'm gonna.
My dad calls this my Michael Jackson look.
Oh God, that's funny.
And
Okay.
It's so that I don't actually do something completely insane and start bleeding for people.
Hey, you should turn up the gain on your mic. I can barely hear you.
Oh. I think it's because Scott's water is really loud.
Yeah. I turned down the water.
The last time, I don't know if anyone remembers, but the last time we did cheese night on the show, I refused to cut anything because I was so impromptu that I was afraid of cutting myself terribly, so I just smashed everything with a hammer, including the garlic. And maybe I should do that again.
No, I love the idea that you're like basically wearing chainmail for a glove.
Also, it's like this is the Hannibal Lecter, look.
Yeah,
right?
there you go. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Also,
there you
turn
go.
up the gain on your mic, Kate.
I can't turn up. I don't. Okay, fine.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You know how to do that.
Okay, here you go. By the way, I just want to show everyone. Here is what a fava bean looks like before they get parboiled.
Now, what is the difference between parboiling and just boiling?
So what you're trying to do is
sounds fancier.
Parboiling is you only boil it for like 30 seconds or a minute. It's basically not to cook it through, but to really loosen the outside of it. And you'll see, like right now, it's hard. It's a pain in the neck to like get the bean out. So like you have to kind of peel it.
I see, sir.
Okay, and so you see like it's falling apart and everything. Once you parboil it, it'll just you squeeze it and it jumps out, and that is so much. Yeah.
Sorry.
Wait, what is so much?
We can't hear you, Kate. Now we can't hear Scott either, but that's because he's not talking.
You're right. So I just want to show everyone, this is the bean, and this is the husk that you got, that the bean came out of. And
now, what do you do with the extra husks? Is you sew them together and make luggage out of them?
Just throw them out. So I'm going to put this. So this is the
wasteful.
This is the parboiling stage. I just dropped my beer.
Are you like cooking for a 3-year-old, like a very small person, or like a dwarf? Like that's like no beans at all.
So what I'm doing right now,
like 7 beans.
Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is just showing you what to do. So now I'm turning it off, and now I am draining it, and I'm going to show you how to peel the beans. Given that it was only boiled for about 30 seconds. Okay?
So are we to assume that you have a bunch of other parboiled beans?
Yes, you would. Yes, you would be. That would be the correct assumption.
So these are just like demonstration beans.
That's exactly right. Because the thing is, then you're a master journalist, but I'm a master educator. I like lots of people, if they were teaching you how to how to cook something may not think about doing any kind of preparation, but I've been teaching for almost 30 years, so
I see.
Yeah,
I
okay.
like the way Kate just shows up in the frame with something absurd. Yesterday, when I rewatched the video of yesterday, there was a part where she all of a sudden had a colander on her head that I hadn't seen in real time.
I was trying to you don't realize that there was nothing, you couldn't see the screen, and like it was just a screen of boiling milk, so like somebody needed to do something visual. And I was just like, these are scapes from my garlic that I planted this fall, and I'm going to use scapes instead of garlic in this recipe.
That is really cool. I would just say that surprisingly, the garlic in this, because it's raw, goes very far. So I would be.
My family has like a rule that we quadruple any garlic.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That makes sense, except in this dish. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so what I want to show everyone is that these fava beans are. They are. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one and I'm going to pinch it between my fingers, and it's going to just jump right out. Do you see that?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. Let me do it again, because...
How many? How
Watch this.
Somebody might have been looking away.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right, Ben. That's so important. That is, you're learning about from my teaching skills. Somebody might have been looking away, so let's do it again.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Wait. This is a tiny one.
Now, here's the really important question, though.
Yeah.
If you're sitting across the room from somebody and you want to kind of get in touch with your inner, like, third grade boy, can you squeeze it hard enough that it pops out and shoots across the room?
No. Unfortunately, they're genetically engineered, so that can't happen.
I see. But the French ones will do it.
But it's a
GMO.
That's why we need tort reform, because it's ridiculous what's happening nowadays with all the legumes. They're regulating the hell out of all the legumes. Okay, so what I want to show everyone is that earlier today, I had shelled all these fava beans. Now, this is the most labor-intensive part of the dish, though I will also say it is the major component of the dish. And I have a philosophy. Have I ever told you my philosophy of cooking, guys?
No.
No. Okay. So.
Done though.
What? Oh. But can I tell? Are you?
Submit now. I'm picking submit.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! I pegged you as a fast food person, but apparently not. I mean.
I can multitask, and I can be both fast and.
Ooh. Okay. I could just say that's very impressive.
What do you do with the mint, Ben?
So here's the thing. So what I was going to tell you was my philosophy of cooking, and my philosophy of cooking is that I want the ingredients to speak for themselves, and so that means that I don't believe in recipes. I believe in ingredients. Okay.
They have mouths.
No, not literal mouths, but metaphorical ones. Yeah. So I'm going to put on some pasta right now, just so you can see what the end product is like. And I'm almost finished peeling the fava beans, and then we're going to start making the actual sauce, which is it's really fun. I will just say that if you're not an old soul like me who likes slow food and is very relaxed and zen, it may be difficult to do the fava bean shelling because it feels a bit boring. But if you kick back with a bunch of friends and you talk about like what happened during the day while you're shelling the fava beans,
eating, you're hungry again.
Yeah.
What happened during the day, Scott?
What happened during the day is that I cleaned my fucking kitchen so that I could do this. I'm sorry. That came out badly. Well, let's just say that my kitchen was due for a cleaning, and this seemed to be like a good enough day to do it.
And you're not bitter about it at all?
No, not at all. I'm not bitter at all about it.
We had a phone conversation during the day, too.
Yes, we did. That's right. We did actually have a conversation earlier today, and it was actually a really nice conversation. Okay, so now I have all the. I'm gonna salt my pasta water. So okay, look at this. Okay, so.
My pasta.
So to everybody in the Greek chorus who's saying I should be doing color commentary, that would require that I talk over Scott, and I don't talk over people.
Okay, so here, so can we start first? We take our fava beans, okay, and then we put it in. You can use a Cuisinart, you can use a Vitamix, you can use whatever you want. I've traditionally used my Cuisinart. Okay. Number two, what you do is you put in some Pecorino Romano, and I put in like this amount. Yes and no. I mean, like, I don't really think you need to grate it because. No, what's that? Is that Romano? Oh, that's Parmesan. This is
way better than Romano.
No, this is a different kind of cheese.
Okay.
So that's like saying it may ultimately be better, but it is different. And so here's another thing. I did this. I got this at the market today, yesterday. Wait, one of these days, and it's green garlic, and it's really fun to buy because it's before the garlic clove gets all papery.
Okay, don't hang yourself with that, Kate.
No, but these are scapes. But yeah,
It's looking
Scott,
dangerously like a noose.
This is what I harvest in Montana.
Right. So the scapes would be at the end of this had they not been.
No, they were trimmed off already, or you wouldn't have the garlic.
Right. Exactly. Right. So here, this is the green garlic, and what's really nice about the green garlic is that it's really mild, and you can just chuck it in and not worry about it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in. Just make sure that I get all the outer stuff off. Okay, I'm going to put this in here. Okay, and now I'm going to put in mint, which I got from my garden. This is from my garden. Yeah, and I put in about I don't know, maybe. It says about 6 leaves. I put it in about 10, just because I like that. Well, I mean, it's going in a Cuisinart, so. And then last, what we're going to do is we're going to put lemon in. Now, before we start emulsifying it. But I don't know how much to put in.
To mash up the fava beans?
Pardon?
Like, I don't know. Like, I was thinking that if you're going all the trouble of getting, like, why didn't you just use canned beans? We're just gonna like blend them all up.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna pretend for politeness purposes
Sorry.
that I didn't hear that my Bluetooth went down for a second. Okay. Okay. So now this is the most exciting part that could ever happen.
Yeah, but
okay.
It's going to be super loud. So.
I'm sorry that it's going to be loud. It's
all right.
just.
All right, everybody. I'm just warning you. It's going to be loud.
Okay. Actually, one of the things that I like to do is I like to put whole peppercorns in, just to be eccentric. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now.
I mashed up this pepper earlier today, so I'm just gonna.
So start putting them in and start drizzling it. Oh, you know, one mistake was I didn't plug it in. Okay.
That seems like a mistake.
Well, yeah, no, that was a mistake, but I did it to humanize
So
myself.
wait, is this a slow food processor?
Yes, it is. It's not one of those Vitamixes. It's an old style
Okay.
Cuisinart. Thank you. It's vintage. It was like made in 1953. Okay. So what you do is you start adding the oil until it gets kind of smooth. Is it too loud?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Scrape it down with your rubber spatula. And then
Do I need salt in this?
I always put like a half teaspoon or something.
Daniel points out in the Greek chorus that this is the first Cuisinart sound on the
I mean, that's so right. I mean, I feel stupid for not noticing it. Holy shit.
What? Is it good?
It's unbelievably good. It may be my best ever. Okay, here.
Really?
All right, it's green glop.
Oh, it is.
I'm
It-
pro
it-
green glop.
Oh no, it's the stuff that I put in the Soylent Green stuff is really good.
Is that the liver?
It gives it an umami, a kind of
Right.
umami
Yeah.
taste. It's also a bit gamey. Oh, okay. So now I'm putting in.
I forgot the lemon juice.
My family likes fusilli for this because the sauce gets in the spirals. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to put this.
You don't make your own pasta.
I do
Yeah,
make
you
my
don't
own
make your own
pasta.
pasta?
No, I do make my own pasta. It's just that for something like this, you want extruded pasta, hard durum pasta.
So tomorrow we're gonna make hard extruded pasta on the show just to make
No, we are not.
Scott feel
No, we are absolutely not.
to eat
Tomorrow
with
is my
Kate's
day.
clam
You're
sauce.
not doing that.
Can I just say something what it's like? No joke. It's really funny when I was watching the show and you guys were talking about me, and it was a very familiar situation, but I couldn't talk back because I was watching it as a video. I felt like a ghost, you know? Like, look, I was like, Ben, man, I never said that about the Kurds, and then like you'd be like, Kate, did you see that? And like, Kate, remember? And you're like completely ignoring me, and I was like, I felt like a ghost.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it. Yeah. Okay. So, what's also nice about this dish is that when you're making the pasta, you can then just put away all the stuff you use for preparation, so that when you're ready to eat, cleanup's a snap.
Are you just describing multitasking in a kitchen?
No, what I was trying.
I was making fun of your cleanup issues yesterday.
Yes,
I think the proper way to have said that, Scott, would have been so that unlike in Kate's kitchen,
that would have been the better
Evelyn's
play.
coming
Yes.
for you guys.
Okay. So we are. Oh no! Oh no! It's boiling over. Oh no! Oh no! It's boiling over. Oh,
Scott, I see
Scott,
little
do you have a
rocks.
workaround for that, Scott?
oh no! This has never happened before. What do we do? The comedic possibilities are endless. Let me stir this. Let me. Oh,
You
look
should
at that.
try eating all of the hot pasta like Lucille Ball does in that scene on the conveyor
Right.
belt with the chocolate factory.
Right, exactly.
One thing that Kate and I have in common, and when I discovered it, it made me understand why this show exists. We both eat raw pasta.
Yeah. Hey,
That's weird.
yeah, thanks.
That is very weird.
Everyone I've ever met says, besides Ben.
Yeah, I eat raw pasta. Have since I was a little kid.
Me too.
The hard extruded pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have to say that is pretty cool. I'll give you that.
You want to hear something really gross?
No.
Yeah, I would. I'm in for nickel,
like
in for nickel and for a dime. Yeah.
the rotini and fusilli, you can suck on them for a really long time, and then they crunch up really good.
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't going to tell people that because that was like TMI, but yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
See, I didn't need
Yeah.
to tell Kate that because anybody who eats raw pasta knows that about raw
Scott,
pasta.
I did this whole thing. Here's my thing. What is it? Does it look okay? Except
Um,
not green. Because it's cannellini beans.
Oh, so I would say so that looks great for the cannellini
Texture
bean.
correct?
Yeah, so this is the texture. Let me just show you. This is the texture.
Okay, that's a lot more liquidy than mine. How many
Yeah.
lemons do you use?
I used a half of lemon. It's 1.5 tablespoons.
Where did all the liquid come from?
Olive oil.
Well, I put it in
Is
the
that
olive
all
oil.
of
You
it?
put in a lot more olive oil than you did.
Yeah, I put in a lot more olive oil.
I'm not
I will say that your teens will love this. Your teens will love it, and it's a healthy dish that's your teens will love and clean up a snack. Like for example, it's not going to burn. Like
What if you
it's
don't
not going
have
to.
a teen?
I'm sorry.
What
if you don't?
have a teen?
Well, let me. You so your dog.
So
You
is that
know.
like the ultimate slow cooking? Like
Yeah,
I have
that's-
to wait for my child to grow up to clean up after me.
That's right. It's a right. It's like a
Appreciate my cooking.
right. It's like future interest in cooking. Yeah, exactly.
So now I want to raise a really important issue here,
Okay.
because that dish that you just made, if you combined with the morels that I made and just stirred in some morels, acquired naturally at the Whole Foods, seems like it would be really a good combination. What do you think?
I mean, I would say that they're two different. I think they're both excellent things. I'm not sure combined they would work. But
What about carbs?
I don't know. I feel like I have to experiment with curds. I will just say that you made curds as exciting as it gets. I really thought it was just like a fantastic show. Did you actually eat the curd? I know Kate's family did. Did you?
Yeah, no,
wanna see my curds?
I ate some of them, and I put some of them in the kitchen, in the refrigerator, to make matar paneer tomorrow.
How do you actually? Then how do you mold it into the paneer?
So when you take it out of the of that thing,
Oh,
it will crumble if you it'll crumble in your fingertips. But
Oh,
you
wow.
you can knead it like bread, and like a bread dough, and it'll reform into a kind of springy, like proto. See, it's going to fall apart when Kate does that. But as she keeps massaging it, it'll reform into something that's like cream cheese, or it's not cream cheese, but it's like a ricotta, and then you can just pound it out and then slice it up into cubes.
Oh, that's fantastic! I had no idea. That's awesome. What a cool thing to do.
It's very easy. It's very.
Does it taste significantly better than if you bought it in the store?
No.
It tastes but it's like kind of fresh and sweeter.
It tastes
It's fresh and sweeter.
Yeah, but you're making a very compelling case for it, then.
No, it tastes. I would say 2/3 as good as at a good Indian restaurant.
I see. Okay.
It's. I don't want to oversell it. See it reformed just like I said it would, and now Kate can pound it out, flatten it. See, and then she can cut it into cubes.
That's so cool. And then
room temperature, so it's forming very quickly. You can form it into little square.
I'm just checking the pasta. Oh no! Is it boiling over again? Oh no! No! Stop it! I stopped it. Okay.
You want some curds?
Okay.
I'm not paying attention to you.
Now, can I just say something also?
I refuse to razz up
I would just say.
that I get.
I would just say that I was just going to say to you that you were a true blue friend to me by not razzing on you, and I'm like,
Never again, sir.
Yeah, I'm stabbing you in the back. You remember how we talked about the show as being a trust fall?
Yeah,
well,
I know, and then I didn't show up on Friday.
This is the fall part.
Stuck in literal government hell.
All right.
Okay.
Yes,
Wait.
so to the suggestion that Whole Foods sponsor in lieu of fun, I suggest that everybody tweet that at the Whole Foods account.
Yeah, this worked out really well when we tried to get Yorick his Kirkland signature.
It's one of those things, it's my experience with lawfare, if you try it 100 times, it'll work on the 98th. It's like, you have to be willing to embarrass yourself, or in this case, your audience, 100 times. So, tell Whole Foods to sponsor in lieu of fun. We've done a few shows now.
I don't want Whole Foods. I want Wegmans.
Oh yeah,
Who?
Wegmans. Yeah.
Well, fine, get them. We haven't been buying our morels there, but
Okay.
I mean, speaking of that, I'm glad that you brought that up, because actually, I'm not sure if this is. I should be talking this on air or during the board meeting every Wednesday.
There's a board meeting?
Well, yeah, there's a board meeting every the last Wednesday of every month. But I'm not sure I should bring this up. But I think that if we're cooking for the show, that we should be reimbursed from the merch money.
I think that's right.
The merch money literally goes to the world
To feed the hungry.
To feed the hungry.
That money away.
Not just
from the
hungry,
hungry.
experiencing actual disaster.
Right. So we're gonna.
But
I think.
I laid out money.
I think Scott's right. Scott should get reimbursed literally out of the mouths of hungry people in natural disasters.
Yeah,
for this, because.
Thanks. I thought I was going to have to make an argument for this, if you see it.
Let's be straight about this. You chose to give up this money for the show. They didn't choose to. That means your situation has moral value relative to theirs, and you should be able to take the food out of their mouths.
Thank you.
Thank
you. I
legal positivist.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have to do a trolley problem thing, where it's like me not being reimbursed on one track, and then the hungry kids on the other.
Getting run over.
Yeah.
On the other track.
But I'm just glad you saw it yourself.
This
I
looks
didn't have
good,
to.
right?
That looks good.
It
Yeah.
looks beautiful. It doesn't quite look
The
like
kind
the
of
thing Scott was
it's
making.
around the right
Yeah, right.
consistency.
Yeah, so actually, I think that looks great, and I'm going to drain the pasta. Okay, right. Okay.
So, Kate, why don't while Scott is doing that, why don't you bring in audience
I wanted to
members
point out that I also
to talk about
made
random
paneer.
stuff?
That I also made paneer while all of this was happening. While like Scott was shelling beans, I made a separate meal.
It's true.
It is true. I mean, you opened that can from the time I was. So this is what I did. I took some fusilli and I took some of the sauce and I put it together. And what's really helpful if you just save a little bit of the pasta water to thin it out, which I'm going to do right now.
This is mine. We can vote on mine.
This looks very nice, Kate.
Well, actually, that looks interesting.
What the fuck does that mean?
Okay. Actually, so here's the thing. The thing is, this is not a competition. This is Munch 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 night. Pardon, Munch 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 week, and we don't.
Well, it's not a competition until I make it.
Yeah. So I just want everyone to see.
It's beautiful.
It's actually very nice, and you dust it with Parmesan, so it looks pretty, and it's actually. Your teens will love this, and the cleanup is a snap.
Yeah. Except for all those husks that you have to repurpose.
Well, I think we should bring in, while you guys are eating, I think we should bring in members of the audience, Kate. Now, the rule during Munch 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 Week, as we established yesterday with the audience, is you really can talk about anything you want. So you can ask Scott Fava bean questions. We can talk vintage Cuisinarts, Hannibal Lecter. Hello, Paula.
Hi. Okay. So my question is to the two law professors and to Ben, because I'm sure Ben knows more than most lawyers. What do you have as advice for someone starting law school in 2 months? And Scott, are you ready for this fun fact? You taught at this law school.
Are you going to Cardozo?
No.
NYU?
Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Go.
I almost went there.
Go blue. Go blue.
Thank you. And I think Scott mentioned. I think Scott said he learned how to make mozzarella in Ann Arbor. So very relevant to Food Week or Munch 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 Week.
That is exactly right. I did learn. There was an incredibly cool wine store food thing down Packard Street in Ann Arbor, and we went.
What's it called?
I forget what it's called. It was that cool. No, I forget what it was called. And when my daughter was like 8 or something, we went and we learned how to make mozzarella. And it was one of those great things that you remember. So anyway, congratulations.
Thank you.
What law schools have you taught at?
I've taught at Cardozo, Michigan, Yale, Columbia, Dublin, Trinity College Dublin, CEU, UCL.
Okay, so it's lots of possibilities there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I need all the advice that you can give, possibly in like the next what? Can you fit it into like 2 or 3 minutes? Like everything I might need for the next 3 years.
Yeah, sure. First of all, always parboil the fava beans. Yeah.
Especially at the University of Michigan.
Yeah. But Kate, why don't you go first?
I don't know.
Okay.
What do you think? I mean, like, honestly, this is what every law student does. Like, every single one of them, like, including myself, and probably Scott at one point, is freaks out about how to survive in law school. And, like, it turns out that it's just another 3 years of your life, more or less. And that, like, it's just about like, I don't know, learning something and trying to figure out like, I don't know. I just feel like so many of my students.
Mute Scott, Kate.
You do that on purpose?
No, I'm so sorry. No, I swear to God, I realized that when I poured out my pan, it was still on the fire, and so.
Oh, so you had your own boiling over, but instead you like almost like scalded your pan.
Yeah, no, that's right. I had the exact same thing that you had, except that there was no mess created. But go ahead. Go.
Meanwhile, Kate was saying.
No. Anyways, I just think that a lot of my 1L students, and I think 1L students, including myself, like, I just thought that there was some secret magic formula to doing great in law school or whatever. And actually, I really wish that I had like relied more on my common sense around a lot of it. A lot of it was just like, and empathy of like understanding what people want to read, what people want to see. I don't know, but like mostly. I just think that you should like do what makes you, I don't know, like succeeding in law school is like only one version of success. I guess I would say. Not to be corny about it, but it's really true. No, I know that like I can't. Yeah. Anyway, I wasn't particularly
Scott
great in
should
law
go
school.
first. Because I'm going to have to talk about the Talmud in response to this question. And
Okay.
I'm sorry. When you said you were going to law school, you didn't mean you were going to a Jewish law school, right?
I did not. But
Okay, I didn't think so.
It could be very relevant. I wouldn't know.
So I would just say, I would say, so I remember that I did very poorly my first semester in law school, and it took me. What? Sorry.
Me too.
Oh, really? I feel like I mean. Yeah, I was just like, I did not do well, and the reason I did not do well is I didn't understand that there was like a format and a formula to how to take these exams. It was a lot like high school, and what I would do is I would, what you will do anyway, form study groups, read past exams, and also like take it seriously, because there's nothing less cool than spending several, so much money and not taking it very seriously. But you just seem like a serious person, so
For sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
I didn't.
That's
mean
why
don't
I'm here
take it-
watching you guys combine them.
No.
I'd also say like I wasn't trying to say don't take it seriously.
No, but I didn't mean.
So much pressure that you put on to jump through hoops, and then if you fail, sometimes it's just because you're bad at writing law school exams, but you're really good at other things. Like
That's all right. Yeah, that's all right. By the way, I my thing about take it seriously was not directed to what Kate said. And number two, I think what Kate just said is so important, which is that like being able to do well on a law school exam is not the most important skill when you become a lawyer.
or very important at all. I mean, it is with other skills, but it's not like general writing skills and synthesis skills, but it's not the be all and end all. Like I transitioned terribly to legal exam writing, and it took me a while, and then eventually I just was like, okay, like I'm a little bit better at this, but also I'm much better at writing articles. And then I was like, yeah, so.
Ben, your advice related to the Talmud?
yeah, I was going to say there's several references
yes,
in the Talmud
that's actually-
to a rabbi who becomes a heretic. His name is Elisha ben Abuya, and he loses faith, and the other rabbis are devastated by this because he's brilliant, and he is sort of thought of as cursed But there are still people who sneak off to study with him because, they believe that there's something important to learn from. So I am the Alicia Benabuya of the legal academic profession. I sort of just didn't bother with the whole going to law school thing. I don't really believe in it. And I'm not remotely qualified to teach the classes that I teach. And I couldn't get into the schools that now ask me to teach. Hello, Kate's father. And so I think the whole thing is really a lot of ginned up self-inflicted pressure. And I think the really important thing to know is that almost nobody's career in the law is actually defined by their performance in law school. There are a limited
perfectly true.
I was going to say there are a limited number of exceptions to that. But mostly, if you ask people who have had really great careers in the law where it happened, like where things happened for them, the story doesn't start in law school most of the time. So just accept that 1L is going to suck because 1L really sucks, and it's kind
hazing.
of a hazing ritual. And then do something fun your 1L year, and just accept that you're going to go through a miserable experience, and that's what the rabbis want for you, because that's the way the profession defines itself, but over here on the dark side, we have cookies. We get all the cool stuff, and we don't have to do any of it. So that's my answer.
Thank you.
I would never. I don't know. The other thing that I will say is like one of the things that I got so much of when I was doing my PhD at Yale was like one-on-one conversations with.
Speak up, Kate.
Sorry. I said one of the things that I found when I was at Yale doing my PhD, so granted it wasn't my JD, but like one of the things that I realized I missed out on in not applying to Yale, like I don't know, it's an incredible, like having access to really smart people and professors that care about you and your outcome really matters. I don't know, I thought Yale was like that, and then I have had a few people in Georgetown that were, I would say actually, no offense to Georgetown as a whole, but like was not the best at mentoring, and I had like a few wonderful people that like really like took an interest in me when I took an interest in them, and that made all the difference. So
there are some great professors at Mich, and
the same is true of Michigan.
If you have the chance to take separation of powers or Article 2 classes with Mortensen,
Julian and Nick, and Leah,
and
Nicholas
Leah.
Nicholson, and
it's just a great bunch of people there, and you should have fun.
We're gonna close, I think, with Daniel's question.
There he is in his native habitat. It's like the prototypical Daniel picture.
Literally don't know why. But okay, keep going, Daniel. Go ahead, Daniel.
It bothers Kate. It makes me happy that it bothers Kate that I razz Daniel about his shirt-couch combination. I don't know why it bothers her that much.
So I have a really serious question, that if you guys are forced to eat beans, or just cheese for the rest of your life, what do you pick?
Like,
that's a great question.
Really great question. So you can't do anything with the beans? Like you can't cook them in any type of...
Oh, no, you can't.
Just beans.
No.
Or just cheese. No dressing, no garnish.
Wait, no. Wait,
You gotta go with the beans because you'll die of scurvy if you just eat cheese.
Well, yeah, but aren't we talking about like beans as a protein versus cheese as a protein or something like that? Or...
Was that what we were talking about?
Okay. Yeah, because
it's just a straight, you only get to eat beans or you only get to eat cheese.
But there's so many different flavor flavor varietals of cheese, and there's so much fewer flavor varietals.
I know, but if you only eat cheese, you're gonna die.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
you're
You're gonna.
But you die happy, right?
No,
die
you
pretty
die.
fast, actually.
Yeah, you die really constipated too.
First, your
it's-
gums get all spongy, and then your teeth fall out.
it-
You're pretty bad.
Is there no vitamin C in cheese?
Yeah,
think so.
I don't think that's even true. There seems like there's probably vitamin C in cheese. Quick, Scott, Google it.
Yeah, vitamin C in cheese. I just love that there's this. See this. I don't know the conversion, but it says 0 milligrams. How much? How much
Any
is that?
factor of 0?
It says 0 milligrams, but what's that in imperial?
Okay.
Like how many stone is that?
Right, 0.
Google vitamin C in beans.
Okay, that's going to be quite substantial, I bet.
Yeah.
Vitamin C in beans. 0.8 milligrams.
See,
but
you're not going to die of scurvy.
Yeah, actually, but I'm not
Just eat
clear.
a lot of them.
Again, the conversion thing's confusing me, so I don't know. But it is not 0.
Yeah.
I can.
I have
Point
given
is-
my dad the fava bean, cannellini bean mixture and I'm
And
waiting for judgment.
Does he want to come on and give the judgment live on
No,
the
we
little
don't.
fun?
No.
Well, he did show up.
Well, Deb, people want to know your thoughts.
No way.
I have to say the tension's unbearable.
He took one forkful and then he just went straight for a second forkful. So I think
Well, that's what economists call revealed preferences.
Right. So
Oh, wait, here he is.
Welcome back to our kitchen.
Um,
Hi, Jack. This person who poses as my daughter.
There you
Right.
go.
It's
we can't have fun anymore, but we also can't have our kitchen anymore.
the garlic has a nice flavor.
Can't
And
hear you.
of course, I'll eat anything.
That's great. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
High praise.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
Garlic has a nice flavor. Of course, I'll eat anything.
can I ask him to post that review on Yelp?
Scott wants you to post that review.
Yeah, on my page, on my private chef page.
He says as soon as I figure out what Yelp is, I'll post the review.
Okay. I'll eat anything. Do you remember this? Maybe this was past your before your time, Kate. But Ben, do you remember? Hey,
I know
Mikey.
exactly where you're going. You're going to the life.
You heard the life commercial, right? Hey, Mikey. Mikey he eats everything.
He'll
Yeah.
eat
Oh.
He eats everything. Yes, of
Okay.
course you know this.
Okay. I didn't know.
But
I
you
didn't.
don't know this one, which is that maple. Do you know that one?
No.
Really?
No. Yeah. No, I don't. I don't.
That's from
actually.
I think like the 1940s or 50s, but it's like delicious, nutritious. It's like someone doing an airplane and like Mapo, like I think it's like the Mapo, like Mapo is a brand of like oatmeal or something. Anyways.
Right.
No,
Right, and the mom's smoking a cigarette at the same time.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And I should basically
And
like.
So, KK, what is our show tomorrow going to be?
I'm gonna. Okay, so everyone did their slow cooking weird stuff. I'm gonna speed shuck some oysters on the show. That's what I'm doing. I'm
Now-
putting together a video
Are
of
we?
gathering.
Now,
the
wait, hang on.
oysters.
There's an important question about this,
What?
which is whether, how on earth are we going to like take a betting pool on how much blood Kate loses from her hands?
No. I've never. First of all, I've never cut myself.
It sounds to me like we have another side of a bet here.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
okay.
KK. If you get through tomorrow's show without bleeding on an oyster,
That feels
Yeah.
like a danger. Okay, well, whatever. I'm not going to.
then
But,
I will
was
donate
gonna-
$50
I was gonna
to a
I will.
charity of your choice.
I will donate my reimbursements.
The charity
I will not
of my
take
choice
that.
is me. Send
Wait,
me
the-
money. Send
All right,
me
we'll send you money.
$50.
Kate, if you don't cut yourself, I won't ask for reimbursement for the fava beans from the merchandise money.
Oh,
It'll
you'll
be
give it to
Kate
like Jose's
v.
kitchen?
Scott
That's
and Ben.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm actually gonna do angel hair pasta and little necks, which are like the tiny, which are the small little clams. As tomorrow's a clamming, is the shellfishing day, and I'll chuck some oysters for an hors d'oeuvre, and then we'll have clams, and I don't know. I haven't figured out anything past that point yet.
Can you post the ingredients at some point during the day so that those of us who want to cook along can?
Yes,
Clams.
totally.
Ingredients are
Good.
clams.
For those who want to.
or really like anything. Well, whatever. But yes, I can do that, and I'm gonna. But yeah, that was great. I love your recipe posting. By the way, it was very helpful. It would have been helpful if Ben had specified that 2 gallons of milk and half a gallon of milk would not be
Produce the same
time.
amount of. Nobody
Yeah,
asked.
Well, it's the problem is that this show constantly has to convert between imperial and metric, and it's just I think it throws every one of us off.
Okay, is Imperial the Ben one? I think that's
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to leave it there.
All right.
KK, you're a great American. Scott Shapiro, you're pretty
You're
good
no
American.
you're passable as an
Yeah,
American.
you'll do.
I would take you in as an Italian. That was pretty good. I will make that again. I'm actually going to keep an eye out for fava beans from now on. That was really beautiful. Like the whole, I liked it more blended. Like I had mashed mine, so it was just something completely different. But yours looks kind of really good.
It is really good, and your teens will love it.
We will see you tomorrow, 22 hours and 58 minutes from now. And until then, Scott,
We can't have fun anymore, but we can have parboiled fava beans.
Thank
Thank
Some
you.
of us can.
So